about this a few days ago, but Sammy Mokbel came out and said this. Obviously, very reliable when it comes to Arsenal. He said Arsenal understood to have. Let me make that a bit bigger. Arsenal understood to have made headway with a potential move of Viktor Gyökeres in the recent days. The players understood to be very keen to join Arsenal. Significantly, the signing Gyökeres is understood to be Berta's backing. Gyökeres was not a strong target for Arsenal prior to Berta's arrival, which is interesting there. But he believes he can make instant impact. Should Arsenal sign Sesko or Gyökeres, it's likely to cost them around £70 million. Watkins would be a cheaper option, allowing them to spend more elsewhere. It's understood that Watkins and Gyökeres are the two players Arsenal have explored moves for in the recent days. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then we've also got from the Mirror. I know it's not the best source newspaper, but they've said Arsenal's boss Arteta set a deadline for less than 2 weeks for the club to agree a deal for Gyökeres, with Leipzig's Sesko and Ollie Watkins alternative options as well. So yeah, obviously that's came out as well that he wants the striker before pre-season, which is not that far away, is it, whatsoever, people? I think they go to Spain in 5 days for a mini pre-season for like training, and then they go obviously to Singapore, Asia for that one. We also got from Talking's for Portuguese report saying that Arsenal sees itself as the only English club interested in Gyökeres, so Sporting will sooner or later be forced to lower its demands. Gyökeres continues to reject offers, insisting on the desire to join Arsenal. Like, this guy wants us, man, over everyone else. The guy clearly wants Arsenal over any single flipping team. You know, he's rejected. But I mean, he said he prefers Arsenal over Man United, Juventus, Saudi clubs. Even Saudi clubs are offering big money as well, and he said no, he wants Arsenal. But they're still offering that 80 million euros, and we're still far away from that. Having said that, again, reports are saying that Sporting accept bonus for Viktor Gyökeres, the price set by the Lions administration for the goal scorer's departure. 80 million euros can realistically happen through objectives. 70 million fixed plus 10 million in objectives, for example. So you can basically like structure it as a bunch of add-ons, basically, like we love to do at Arsenal. So yeah, like what we're at now with the Gyökeres situation, yeah, is we've obviously been talking with him in the recent days, so the interest is there. The player wants Arsenal over any other club. Um, you know, he's been saying no to every other club, and he wants Arsenal. And apparently, this is to do with Berta coming in. As we know, he's been pushing the move since he was at Atletico as well. He wanted him at Atletico, and it's interesting how he says that we didn't even look at him before Berta. So Berta's made this actually possible. If we do sign Gyökeres, this will definitely be to do more of Berta. We know that Arteta is still pushing and still wanted Sesko. He's wanted it for like 2 years now anyway. I mean, I look at it, £70 million, just pay this money now. 70 million. I mean, we're quick enough to spend 65 million on Kai Havertz, people. Yeah, we're quick enough to spend 65 M's on Kai Havertz. Get this guy in now. Because this is, I'll be honest, I'm bored of talking about it, people. I swear, like, this is it. And I'm sure you guys are bored as well about it. You know, it's dragging on. It's been such a long saga. Yeah, we've been needing a number 9 for 3 years now since Aubameyang's left. We signed more goalkeepers. Arteta signed more goalkeepers than he has attackers, yeah? Out attackers that he signed, you had Raheem Sterling, Marquinhos, Jesus, Havertz, Trossard. He signed more goalkeepers than he has attackers, people. This is mental if you think about it. Like, £70 million, pay this money, get this guy in, first game of the season, get him in before pre-season. It's as simple as that, really. So I know there's still a lot going on with Gyökeres in terms of his situation at Sporting. Like, he's not in. And someone told me this the other day. I actually didn't know this. He had a gentleman's agreement with his old president. Sporting got a new president, and then that's where it's sort of gone up in the air a little bit, because their former president said he can leave for like 58 million, whatever it was, right? But then the new presidents came in, I think last season, and he said, "No, I'm not having that. Gyökeres is one of our best players. We're gonna." He's seen all these other clubs get big money for players. We want more for him, basically, and that's where Gyökeres is fuming about it. Not turn up to Sporting training. People saying that he dumped his girlfriend as well. How do they know this, by the way? Do they actually stalk him or something? Like, you had the Daily Mail reporting Gyökeres has dumped his girlfriend because he wants to time for Arsenal. Fucking leave the guy alone, mate. It's his personal life, and they're saying that he dumped his girlfriend. Like, you must stalk the guy or something. Like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, it's mental. Yeah, it's where we're at. Like, we have progress in the deal. It says we made headway with a potential move for Gyökeres. Obviously, the player clearly wants Arsenal, so there's nothing to like. All this to do now is to get the deal sorted out, the fee wise. You know, Arsenal, you just need to go there and pay their money for Gyökeres. Now, I'm going to quickly share this on Sesko as well because that one's slowed down a lot, which is probably why Gyökeres is this Gyökeres news came back out. But there is a growing sense of fear and anxiety at Leipzig around the future of Sesko. The club are in desperate need to sell players to rebuild their squad. They have accepted that Sesko will be the man to fill up their nitty. The issue is that Arsenal have not made a bid and it's seriously worrying Leipzig. This is from the Sun again, to be fair, but it's got a bit of truth into it because it's completely slowed down, hasn't it? Negotiators have agreed that clubs are happy to shake hands at stalemate. Arsenal consider around 60 million a fair price, while Leipzig will prefer upwards 70 million. So we're still at this price thing again. You know, we're still at Leipzig wanting more money and we're not willing to pay that, it seems like. Arsenal know that Leipzig are getting desperate and they are weak negotiating position financially. They've agreed personal terms on Sesko. His agent has been so far reluctant to pressure Leipzig into a sale. There are frustrations that the gentleman's agreement that a player could leave for 60 is a danger of being broken. This one's slowed down a lot, hasn't it? In the recent days, and there's been no progress with Sesko. And it's kind of like maybe we are changed our mind at the last second, and now we are going to push for Gyökeres, it seems like. But at this rate, people just pay this money, get this guy in, get him in before preseason, get him in that first game against Man United. How ironic is it going to be? The story is going to have, yeah, Gyökeres, Old Trafford, new striker for Arsenal. His ex-manager, Man United really wanted to sign the guy. He rocks up to the Emirates, scores, dunks on them, yeah, drops the new celebration and everything. That'd be amazing. On the flip side of that, we could miss out on him and have someone like Ollie Watkins up front or Havertz up front leading the line, and he dunks on us from Man United. So it's kind of mad, people. It's kind of mad, but just pay the money. This is an absolute no-brainer for me, people. I mean, we've spoke too many times on Gyökeres, man, and on Arsenal and you know him coming into Arsenal. It's an absolute no-brainer for me. Absolute no-brainer. I'm sorry, people. Right, clinical goal scorer. What we've been missing for years since Aubameyang left. Get this guy in. Get this guy in, people, please. This would be a phenomenal signing, but at the moment, you know, we're still debating whether. I think the price is going to be key into this. Basically, the price is going to be key. What it seems like for Sesko as well. It wouldn't even surprise me if we end up with Ollie Watkins. I rate Watkins as a player, but is he enough now to be that main striker next season? I don't think he is. I'll take him and another striker, but I don't see us signing two strikers when we've got Havertz and Jesus at the football club as well. But yeah, it seems like there's been some progression in it in terms of it's definitely got a bit more lively than it has done in the recent weeks. But again, it's easier said than done, isn't it, at the moment with Arsenal? I'm not going to get excited. I don't think we should get excited too just yet because still seems to be a long way to go in this deal, man, which it shouldn't be the case. You know, we should have had this sorted out. You know, we went through January signing no one. We went through last summer signing, not even signing a striker, right? We should have had this sorted by now, especially before preseason. Otherwise, I will be concerned. It would not surprise me if we rock out Kai Havertz to the first game of the season against Man United in Old Trafford, people. But let's quickly just catch up some comments, man. We're going to catch up some comments and then we're going to go